let's do this. No oil, no butter. Jen, where you at? What you doing with your hair? Are you still not using oils and butters? We got some catching up to do, I think. Y'all been calling me out and I'm here to answer your questions. No oils and butters, where we at? Listen, I feel like we need to talk about this because y'all are flooding my messages talking about what are you doing with your hair now? And that's a valid question because for the past, my God, I can't even believe I'm saying this out loud. 3 years now, probably more, I stopped doing oils. I stopped using butters. I documented my entire journey actually. So there's a whole playlist, girl, as to what I was doing with my hair. And now we're a little quiet. I feel like everyone's quiet actually. But the reason why I even started this whole thing was because some of you guys were telling me about how this was a new revolutionized way of taking care of our natural hair. And I kind of feel like I fell for the trap. Now, I don't want to say it was a scam, but you know, a lot of women dropped oils and butters. And you know, for some people, it worked really well. I want to acknowledge that. Some people are still raving about it, saying that their hair has never felt the same. And I like to argue that's where a lot of us started though. A lot of us were like, oh my God, this is new. My hair feels much different than what I'm used to. And then a couple of years later, a lot of us are quiet. But anyways, to answer your question bluntly, no, I am no longer following this whole no oil, no butter bandwagon. It's messy. We can talk about it. We can gossip a little bit, but I don't know how else to put it. Essentially, once I started hearing about all the damages that a lot of women were experiencing, you know, it scared me a little bit. I was like, ooh, I don't want to be one of them. So what I started doing is it's basically listening to my hair, incorporating light oils, incorporating butters, formulated butters, but I've shared my entire journey. I used the Carol's Daughter butter as well as the Pattern Beauty butter. Even though I was still doing wash and go, when I wasn't doing a wash and go, I would use a butter or an oil in my hair. And I think there's a good balance that you can find if you do want to wear your hair out versus not wearing your hair out. I think we can do the whole thing because I think the way they sold this whole regimen to us was that it's just one way or another. You have to drop oils and butters entirely or you can't be about this wash and go lifestyle. And I actually think that's inaccurate because the more a lot of women did wash and goes straight with no oils, no butters or nothing, you know, more issues started coming out. And we can't ignore the issues. And I feel like that's where I feel some sort of way about this because as many women were coming out that their hair were damaged, experiencing Velcro ends, they can't detangle their hair is just super dry, split ends up the wazoo, especially the split ends. Girl, we're seeing split ends we had never seen before. In like over a decade of us being on YouTube doing our natural hair. No one has seen anything like that. We're all shocked. That said, I want to say those are the main reasons why I stopped using oils and butters. And I'm going to tell you, main reason is some of the damages that people are experiencing and also my own experience. I started noticing over time, and I want to say after like the 2-year mark, my hair started to get drier and drier. It happens so slowly, you don't even really notice it. It really sneaks up on you. With that, I was trying to compensate with the butters, with the oils that I was using. But the straw that really broke the camel's back for me was when I saw my stylist. Last time I saw her, I think it was January, and she clarified my hair and my hair was really stripped. And mind you, it's a clarifier that we've always used. And one of my theory is, yes, I did wash my hair a couple of days before I saw her. So maybe my hair wasn't as dirty and couldn't handle the clarifying shampoo. But I think just over time, my hair was getting drier and drier and drier to the point that when she clarified it, it was just like, oh, I don't like it. Don't do that again. That was one of the biggest red flags, I want to say, for me in my hair, because I want to watch a ton of my videos back, y'all, because I really wanted to pinpoint when I started noticing like changes in my hair that I didn't even know were problematic. For example, there's this one time I did a wash and go and I did it based on products that you guys recommended. And it was the Uncle Funky as well as on Jackie's Ice Curl or something. So when I did that wash and go, I detangled my hair. Everything was going well. I added the Uncle Funky to my hair and then my ends were just so tangly by the time I was adding the second gel. And I didn't think that was problematic. I was like, why is my hair so tangly? And as I was, you know, detangling my hair on camera for the second time, because I had done it already in the shower, but when I was out of the shower trying to style my hair, hair. I couldn't get my fingers through. And I was like, why is my hair so tangly? Like, what's going on? But mind you, that was probably a telling sign that I was headed to damaged lint. That was the first thing for me. Like, some changes that were happening over time, slowly but surely, that looking back, I'm like, wow, I had a few red flags that I ignored. I just didn't think there were any issues. But two, the main reason I want to say that I completely stopped with this whole thing is just the way the stylists reacted. I just felt like they didn't really own up to what they had done. And I actually feel like this whole method, it was introduced to the market a little too early. Like, it was still in the early stages of them developing this method, and they just kind of put it out and got people running to their salons doing these wash and goes, where all of these damages started happening afterwards. Maybe there weren't enough trial and error and testing done with this method. And as much as all of that information was coming out, you know, the stylists, the people that came up with this regimen were like,
no, I have never seen it.
Part of me is like, is that true? Is this accurate? Or the people that are coming to your salon or just not returning? Because that's also telling. If you see your customers or your clients and they're not coming back, that says a lot. And they just completely ignored all of this happening and continued to provide these services as if we don't now know that there is an issue. Before you didn't know, I forgive you. We didn't know. You know, it's new. It was version 1.0. But can we trick things now that we know? Can we move in a different direction now that we know? And I felt like there was no accountability. There was no ownership. And even one of the stylists that are like, you know, the people that introduced this whole method to the market.
Wash and Go, that is so epic. I can't wait to do this again. I'm sold. I am a leave-in and foam girl. Yes, and my leave-in's water soluble, so we're good on humectants. So I'm wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. You don't always have to have a humectant gel. You just need a bomb-ass leave-in conditioner.
She was like, oh, I changed my mind. Now you need a leave-in. You change your mind? Like 4 or 5 years later, after telling people that we were stupid for using leave-ins, let's take stupid out of hair care, all of these strong messaging, and then now you're using leave-ins shamelessly after you have people use straight mousse on their hair, straight foam on. Girl, who was using foam? Please let me know. Who was using foam in the natural hair community like that? Not us. Foam definitely wasn't the thing that was in our agenda. They were like, oh,
You just need one product. Use a mousse when you're doing your twist out. Use a mousse for your wash and goes.
I even have a whole video of me doing wash and go with just a foam or like a mousse or whatever. And now it's like, oh, you need to leave in under? 4 or 5 years later? And that's how you're just gonna slide it in? Like,
I enjoy a leave-in now. I changed my mind. I was wrong. Let's just use leave-ins.
Thousands of women experience a lot of issues. I just don't feel like that's how we should be handling it. You know, I've been out here in a long time creating hair videos, and if something's wrong, I just don't feel like that's how it should be handled. Anyway, so those are the main reasons as to why I'm just like, I'm not gonna continue down that path where I've seen a lot of my fellow naturals experience a lot of issues. And it really kind of scared me, and I kind of felt like I got sucked into this world. I felt like there was something there, like just simplifying the routine, really empowering women to wear their natural hair, to embrace shrinkage. I felt all of that messaging was great, but it needed some tweaking, some more experimenting, and it needed to include everyone. And I really hate, as someone with 4C hair, how we're always the one that's left behind.
And oh my God, 4C hair doesn't exist.
Well, apparently now it does. It grinds my gear because, you know, as someone with true 4C hair, because it's always the people that don't have 4C hair that feel like 4C hair don't exist. That's a whole other conversation. But as someone with real 4C hair who has always been excluded in a lot of these conversations that involves us wearing a natural hair, I kind of felt like it went back to that, where if it wasn't working for us, for someone with tighter texture, tighter curl, then it didn't really matter, it's fine. Like, no, why can't we also make it work and tweak it for all hair types? And I don't want to generalize, but from the conversation that I have with you guys, people in my DMs, people that send me messages, a lot of women that have success with this method are women with lower porosity and curlier hair. They can do a wash and go, walk back to back to back to back, and it's fine. But once your hair is a little tighter, a little drier, a little higher porosity, then you require certain things to support the hydration and the health of your hair. But it was being ignored, even though people were saying, hey, I feel like my hair is not behaving like it should be maybe it feels dry. Well, they would tell you that dryness is not a thing or something. It's almost like we had to triple prove that the method didn't work for everyone. And they keep the same messaging. I don't know if they're recycling old videos, but talking about
Natural hair shouldn't be trial and error.
well, evidently it is. Or, you know,
You don't need a leave-in. You don't need a deep conditioner.
and now to say that you do. And whoops, we changed our mind. Whoops. But like some people had to big job. That's not a whoops moment, you know? I didn't like the stylist behavior. I really felt like they were more concerned about their pockets versus helping people. And the way the messaging is changing now after YouTube University came through. After bloggers, vloggers, women on YouTube, African hair gods, stylists on YouTube, certain stylists on YouTube spoke up and said, okay, this is not right. Let's do some research. Let's come out with some explanation as to what may have happened. Now, these stylists want to change their messaging. Now, they want to say, oh, well, actually, you need a leave-in. Now, they want to say, well, maybe use a little oil. I literally watched a video the other day with a stylist. It's funny because you guys be sending me some of the juicy gossip. I'm not even looking for it. I swear. I promise you, girl, I'll be trying to mind my business. And someone sent me a video from a stylist. First of all, she was saying that the 30-day detox may not be needed, which was a huge thing. That's how you got to start this process. You got to detox your hair from all the oils and butters and the product buildup and the gunk. She was kind of talking about how it may not be needed. And then she was saying perhaps use an oil blend in your hair. Excuse me, if that's not piggybacking, going back on your messaging, changing things up, course correct, I don't know what is. And it's happening right in front of our eyes. I've never seen anything like it. And it's almost like we can't even say anything, because as long as you do, then you're a hater. You're trying to take down Black businesses. You don't support Black women. It's actually crazy. It's crazy to me. I kind of feel like a lot of people are very quiet right now because you guys were loud at first. There was a lot of messaging in terms of, oh, this is the best thing ever. My hair is thriving. It's flourishing. And now I feel like people are really quiet. I hope that means no news is good news. I really do hope that for you. And if you followed my videos and my journey and transition because of that, because a lot of people told me that they transitioned because of my videos, girl, I truly am sorry. Okay, it wasn't my method. I was also following the guidance of stylists, and I put a lot of videos that I created with stylists discussing this method. I truly believe too that some stylists got caught up in all of that. Like they invested into this method, they got all the training, they truly believe that this was the way. I think the method was sold to them. I think some of the stylists' hearts were in the right place. Only certain stylists would say, let me not do curly cuts anymore, or let me adjust some of the products that I'm using, some of the methods. But overall, I think this method needs to go back to the drawing board. I'm not a stylist. I feel like that's where they should come strong with their quote unquote knowledge. But where they at now? They're just changing their minds, flip-flopping like pancakes. And then I just don't want to damage my hair. It's weird because I'm not one to want to grow my hair long. I've done that. And if it grows, it grows. I'm not on a length journey. I'm more on a health journey. And because of that, I just don't want to damage or compromise my hair having to like start over just because stylists don't know how to get it together. Right now, I will tell you where I am though. I am definitely on the protective style journey and I love it. Yes, I know I created a video. Someone left me a long message the other day talking, well, it wasn't that long, but she was really trying to call me out.
Oh, you said you weren't going to do protective style.
Which is not what I said. If you watch the video from start to finish, at the very end, I said I would do protective styles. Absolutely. Protective style is such a huge part of our lives, but I was giving you the information. Protective styles aren't very protective. They can definitely jack up your hair. Like, let's be honest. Edges are gone. Our hair is dry. Ever since I started braiding my hair, I mean, the past like 2.5 months, I can 100% tell you that my hair has gotten drier. And it's so weird because the first style that I had were knotless braids. And immediately, I want to say about a week and a half in, it felt drier. You can feel it. Because I went maybe like 3 years without braiding my hair, without adding extensions to my hair, without doing protective styles. And the second I did it, literally, girl, it took a week and a half and I felt that my hair was drier. Like I could feel it. And my scalp also started to get flaky. And you know what? That's something I really want to mention. Because at first I thought dropping oils and butters is what helped my scalp, because I always had a problematic scalp. It was always flaky, you know, dandruff, etc. But I was also doing a lot of protective styles. So when I dropped oils and butters, I was a lot more consistent with my routine, which you should be if you are going to be about this wash and go life. This is not a journey for you if you're going to ignore your hair. If you know life is lifing, don't do it. But I would do my hair every week and my scalp improved tremendously. I didn't have any issues with my scalp. But now that I'm back to protective styling, even though I'm using butters and oils and I started using them before doing braids, I feel the difference in my scalp. It's drier and it's flakier depending on how long I've gone without washing it. I kind of wonder, is it the oils and butters that was making my scalp flake? Or is it doing protective styles and I don't have access to wash my scalp every week? So anyways, those are kind of the things that I've noticed so far, but I'm definitely enjoying having my hair braided and I am enjoying like the flexibility. Right now, I feel like I'm in a place in my life where it's funny because I'm so out of breath. You probably can tell. I am pregnant, I have a baby, and I am working on a lot of things that's like outside of content creation. So I am busy, which means I very much enjoy the break from my hair and I love just waking up and I'm ready to go. Loving the protective style. I'm definitely in my protective style era. After I take this out, girl, I am gonna see my stylist and that appointment was booked since January, but I'm actually very excited for her to really give me a good scrub it up dub. It's funny because I'm gonna tell her to clarify my hair, even though last time she traumatized me and I traumatized her probably. But I know I need a good clarifying session and just like really good pamper session with my hair because it's been braided back to back for the past 2 months. And then after that, I'm gonna get my hair braided again. That is right. I am in my protective style era. I don't feel bad about it at all. If you wanna call me out, I really want you to watch the video that I created from start to finish. And you know what? That's one thing that always kind of irked me being online. Because once you say you're gonna do something, people expect you to do it forever. You change your hair. You're probably sitting here with a wig on your head or braids or whatever. Allow us to have that same flexibility. Like, let me change my mind, let me do things differently, and I'm gonna do things differently, to be honest, regardless of how you feel. I don't know what to tell you. You can be mad in the comment section and you will not get a response from me because, you know, I don't tussle with people with negativity. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to know why I'm with my hair, I am doing what I think is necessary, not just for my hair, but also for my mental health. And I take where I am in my life into consideration as well. As busy as I am, I don't really want to be and playing with my hair like that. I kind of don't even want to create a lot of hair videos like that anymore. Let my hair be, girl, okay? Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.